Welcome in, everybody. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a glass dome using Revit. So the first thing that you want to do is I'm going to go up to New. You're going to just pick a template file to begin with. So I'm going to go up to where it says Template File. I'm going to use just an Imperial architectural template. Generally, you're already going to have your building created, and you're just going to, whenever you create your glass dome, so you already have all that done, so you won't need to choose a template. But just for this lesson, I'm just going to start with this one here. I'm going to go click on OK. And then what I want to do is I'm going to go up to Massing and Site. I'm going to click on where it says In Place Mass. And just kind of give it a name here. So glass dome. Press OK there. I'm going to start a circle. I'm going to create a circle here just somewhere. Just kind of drag it out, maybe about, I don't know, what radius, 35 feet radius. And then I'm going to go up to where you see Create Form. And I'm going to create a solid form. And then it's going to give you two options. You can either create a cylinder or you can create a sphere, which I'm going to create this. I'm going to click on the second option here to make a sphere. And then I'm going to finish mass. And let me kind of turn on some shades here so you can kind of see if I go to a 3D view. Come on, shaded. There you go. So now you can see it kind of created a ball shape for us. So then what we want to do is we want to kind of cut this in half. So to do that, I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to click on this kind of outer edge here. Click on that kind of circle there, circly thing. And then you're going to where you see this kind of this dark dashed line going through the middle. So I'm going to select that line and grab the end of it. And I'm going to drag it on the other side of this dashed green line. It doesn't really matter how far back you go, as long as it's kind of on the other side of that line there. And then I'm going to click on my top view here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this kind of magenta line that goes through the middle. I'm going to click on the end and just kind of drag it back to the center. And I'm going to click on this kind of half circle here and drag it back to the top there. And then what I want to do is kind of close this off. So I'm going to draw a line from this end down to that end. So we've kind of created like a quarter pie shape here. And then I'm going to hit the green check mark. And you can see that kind of sliced our ball in half, which is, we're moving in the right direction. So I'm going to go click on Finish Mass. I'm going to look at a 3D view here. And then, so what I want to do now is I want to turn this into glass. To make this glass, I'm going to go up again where you see Massing and Site. I'm going to click on Curtain System. And then you're going to click on both halves of our dome here. So 1, 2, and then you want to click on Create System. You can kind of see it created our glass for us. So now that what we need to do now is, if you look at the front view here, you can kind of see it standing on the end, which that's not really what we want. We want to rotate this to where it's kind of sitting on the ground. So I'm going to double click on one of my elevations. So let's try the north elevation. Okay, so then to rotate it, I'm going to click on this dashed line here. Select it, and then I'm going to go up to my rotate. And then I'm going to click on the straight up to where it's straight up, and I'm going to rotate it down to the right 90 degrees. You can kind of see it rotates our dome there, but it also leaves this kind of funky cheese slice piece. So I'm just going to delete this cheese slice piece thingy. So if I click it and then press delete on my keyboard, we don't need that anymore. So then you just need to grab your dome and kind of move it up in the place where it needs to be. So I just kind of set it here on the ground a little bit. Use my arrow keys to nudge it up. And then we can look at our 3D view, like so. It's nice and cool like. So there's our glass dome. I know what you're thinking. You're like, okay, that's cool and all, but how do I cut a door in it? How do I cut a window opening in it? As soon as I figure that out, I'm gonna let you know. That's my next step. But I think it involves doing a void mask, void cut thingy. So we'll figure that out. All right. So we'll get there. All right. Peace out.